lucky enough to buy lots of VNs like this one here, but there is one that we turned away. I went there with my mate. It was a VG, and it was a cream one, manual ute. It was really, really good condition, and this was back in the day where you could get a pretty good one for around $1,000, and this one was like a 6 out of 10, so it was about $600. But in the photos, it looked great. It looked great, and I believe it was in Preston, from memory. Anyway, we drive 2 hours out there. We go to look at this car, and it was so bad. In the photos, it looked fantastic. You know, it was the classic car wash photos, but you know, you're not expecting perfection for $600. But anyway, we get there. There was belt slap all up the side, and keep in mind, we were planning to drive this home. He said it was a running driving car. Anyway, there was belt slap all up the side that had been cleaned off, and it was just rust, so you know it's had a bit of a life. But that wasn't the worst part. It was an S-Pack, so it had those really nice seats with the red piping around. The guy had slashed the interior with a knife because he was paranoid that people were following him home and wanting to steal the seats out of his car, so he destroyed the entire interior. And then we popped the bonnet. There was no battery, there was no radiator hoses. The car was just cooked. And his daily driver was a VX Commodore and had the worst rod knock. In hindsight, it was probably worth it just for the manual conversion. But that car was totally rooted, and you know, there was just so much wrong with that car. Like, it had been in a small hit, so all the panel gaps were real bad. And again, we weren't purchasing it for me, it was for my mate, and I really had to convince him, mate, this car is just garbage. And there's no saving a car. If it gets to that level, everything was wrong. Oh, and all the tires were flat as well, like really, really flat. Like, a car that had been sitting for ages, and they go like all hard on the bottom, and yeah, it was just a nugget.